Hey guys, welcome back. It's TheCardists, and in today's deck review, I'm going to be reviewing the Bumble Bee Playing Cards by Illusionist. Now there is actually two editions. There is the Killer Bee and the Bumble Bee, but this is my favourite. Why? Because I haven't got the Killer Bees yet, so I can't make a decision. But let's first get on with this. Now, actually, a bit of information, 10% of this deck actually goes to a bee foundation. The profit of this, 10% of it does actually go to a good cause to help all the honeybees that are out there. Honeybees. So, let's move on. So first off, as you can see on the front, it does have Bumble Bee, and then it has finest quality. It has, as you can see, a nice house there, and it has playing cards with this nice swarm of bumblebees that are actually in the background of the text. Now it also does say bees make the world sweet. Now a bit of information, I know people will probably think, well, that's stupid, but why do people probably don't know what bees are? But if you don't, go on Google. They make something called honey, which is delicious, and if you've not tried it, then you need to. Unless you are allergic, then don't try it. But let's move on to the side of the deck. So on the side it does say, as you can see, what a buzz. It has a actual hive there, and then a bumblebee there again with a nice scroll work, and it's not like a white tuck case, it's quite a yellowy white tuck case. On the other side as well, it has naturally smooth with a hive there with a bumblebee as well, and then you have a bee there, and it has the nice like kind of scroll work going on the top. On the bottom it has the Illusionist logo with some copyright information just there, and then it has some information just about the Illusionist. Then you have the back design that shows a nice cream coloured border, but actually when you get inside it's not, so I can't wait to show you that. Then you have the nice bumblebee in the centre of the mirrored back with the nice kind of bees flying around with the leaves, so you know when they collect the pollen and stuff to take back to the hive to create honey. That's what I believe. I'm not too sure, I haven't been a bee yet. Maybe, possibly one day. And then you can see you have the hive at the top and the bottom. You pop the tab open, and as you can see there it has bees are beautiful. Haha. And then you can see it has all the pips there as well. Now when you get inside it does have like a bit of an inside of the hive, so when you get into a hive it looks just like that. But let's have a look inside the deck. Okay, so let's have a look at the back design. Now first off, this is the back design, and it does actually have the kind of creamy white colour to it with the actual bees in the centre with the orange. It really pops off the back design with the nice detailing that goes around, which you can actually see there with all the flowers, the leaves, and etc. I think it may be pollen what they take, I'm not too sure. I think it's pollen, not too sure. We'll find that one out. But let's have a look at the ad cards. Okay, so these are the ad cards. Now first off, you do receive this one here, which actually has B. McDon, and it has 10, I'm going to read this out, 10 million hives wiped out in the past 6 years. You've never seen, you need to see bees extremely, you need to basically see them a lot. Bees are more necessary than growing food than tractors are. Basically we need bees, and it just tells you a bit more about the CCD and also about how 10% actually goes to IUEN.org, which actually is a bee support for honeybees, and it has the nice hive effect going round. Then you have this card just here as well, and I will read this to you as well. And it does say, if the bee disappears off the surface of the globe, then man would only have 4 years of life left. No more bees, no more pollution, no pollination, no more plants, no more animals, no more man. Albert Einstein. So basically without bees, we're pretty needing of bees. Go bees. So there you go. Okay, surprising how such a small little animal can actually have such a big impact on the rest of the world. But let's have a look at the jokers. So here are the jokers. Now first off, you can see it actually is, it does say on the top, the drowning honeybee, and on the other side as well it has a third of plants we eat. Okay, and it has, have you ever seen polluted by bees? And what I like as well, there's like a little person riding the bee and a wasp or a bee, and it's just driving off. But to be honest, why is there someone on the bee? It should just be them. I know it's for looks, people are going to say it's cruel to animals, so they have to think about that. But all around it has Joker, and you can't complain. They're just two Jokers, and I cannot see a reveal, which is fine. Now we're going to move on to the ace. This is the ace of spades. Now, as you can see, it has this nice kind of block around the actual yellow pips, because a fully custom deck with the nice beehive going around, going into the actual ace of spades, which is formed out to look like a hive, which really makes it stand out. But you have to really look at all the cards. But this one here, it really stands out as one of my favourite aces. They thought about it, it makes sense, and they've actually tried really hard to create a deck with a meaning. But let's have a look at the rest of the pips. Okay, so as you guys know, I always show you one set of pips and then I show you the rest afterwards. So these are the spades, and as you can see, it goes the whole way through with the normal colouring pips there. The custom pips with the dark browny black that they've chose with the yellow pips. Then you get to the royalty. Now, as I said, it is a fully custom deck. They have customised these a little bit, but to be honest, it kind of made it look old and vintage, and the colouring they've used is yellow and red. But to be honest, I think that's perfectly fine and it works very well. But we've got to look at the other style. What I mean by other style, we do have the hearts as well, that continue onto the kind of pinky or reddy colour that they have going on here. Even when you get to the ace of spades as well, you get a big giant ace of spades. Even when you get to the clubs, they look like bees, kind of wasps flying, and it goes the whole way to the ace of spades as well. Big ace of spades, and the same with the diamonds. It doesn't change whatsoever. It all looks pretty much the same. But all around, this deck is a great deck to have, and it has such a great cause behind it. But let's have a look at the handling. Okay, so let's have a look at the handling of the deck. So all around, it springs perfectly. There is no issue with the spring in the deck. It feels light, clean, and basically I haven't had no issues with it so far. Dribbling with the deck, I wouldn't say is a issue, and even fanning looks quite superb just because of the way it looks and feels. So when you get to do a fan, it does look really decent in a fan. Now all around, you can do a riffle shuffle and even cuts in the hands, which aren't a problem either. But all around, it is a beautiful deck of cards which you cannot beat, and I highly recommend it. Even though, yes, it is a, it's not that expensive, about $7.50, which, to be honest, you can't complain anyway. Detailing of the actual design, it isn't just about the look of it, it's also about the hard work they've put in to create such an elegant back design. But let's try flourishing this deck. So, let's have a look at this. So all round, it is a very good deck. I will be obviously having a play with this a bit more. I have been using it since I got back from New York, when I got it in New York. So I've had a good 2 weeks play with this deck, and to be honest, I can't beat it so far. Yes, it is a simple deck, and yes, there isn't tons of work, but I've got to admit that they've won my vote. It's a beautiful deck of cards, and I recommend it as well. So yeah, definitely worth picking up. If you guys get a chance, make sure you give the video a big old like just down there. And also, I want to quickly say, I've got a survey in the description. I want to change the channel a bit. There is actually a comment down below. I want to bring a cardist into the basically, I know it's called TheCardists, but I want to have a actual cardistry person or people to come in and do videos maybe once a week, or how often would you like it? Comment down below how often you'd like it. Also, at the end, there'll be 3 decks that'll be on selection. Comment down below which one you want to see reviewed next. This deck review, Bumble Bee, was actually picked. There was more comments asking for this deck to be reviewed, and that'll be the same for every single video. You guys get to choose what gets reviewed. So that's it, guys. I will see you guys next one. Click subscribe, comment down below, and give the video a big old like. That's it. I will see you guys Tuesday. I'll see you then.